Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is Gentle Cliffs for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic, part of Blaze's scenario pack, the first scenario pack. Situated on a cliff near the ocean, this gentle park is looking for more customers. Your objective to have at least 700 guests in your park at the end of October year one of a park rating of at least 600. So a very short goal then, not a very high target, but this is in the beginner section, so getting another 500 guests in year one might be an issue for complete beginners. We've got some rides already done. I think ordinarily I'd probably get rid of them all. But considering we're only playing for a year, there's not really that much point. What's going on with the maze? Oh, okay. Right. Let's see what we've got then. We are charging for rides. We've got free admission to the park. That always makes things a bit easier because you can make more money off the rides. We've got no loan and only 5% interest should we wish to take any out. And what's the maximum? 15, which is more than enough for the sort of coasters that we're going to need. Speaking of which, what rides have we got? We've got some transport rides. We've got some gentle rides. Which ones have we already got? We've got, let's see, Pirate Ship. We've got a Twister. We've got a Helter Skelter or Spiral Slide. We've got a merry-go-round, and we've got an observation tower and a maze. Okay, so yeah, I think for this, it would be very easy for people to get bogged down on building little track rides when it's just easier to put down like a circus or another merry-go-round or something like that. We've got not a great selection in the coaster, by the way of coasters. I mean, that's in there. Is it a coaster? It counts as one, but I suppose. Splash boats. Okay, cool. Can we even get down to build the water rides? Let's have a look. That's what we own. And we've got no building rights. Do we own? We do. We can see the gate down there. So we do own some water should we wish to get down there. But what, inside a year? There's no point. And what about shops? Decent selection of shops. I think we're going to research roller coasters because we haven't got a great selection, and something like a shuttle or something like that would be ideal for a park like this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go around and okay, lighthouse. I'm going to just go around and tidy the rides up a bit, put down some basic scenery, fences or that sort of thing. The maze, I'm going to rejig the end of this bit because with the maze, all I like to do is just have one continuous line from start to the end. Don't give them any choices because that just fries their tiny little minds and they end up getting stuck inside the maze and it's a pain. We can also ram this up to 16 as well. Because why is there a queue when all of those can fit inside? And why are we not charging more? Rollercoaster Tycoon, not Rollercoaster Charity. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. Okay, so we've got some shops down just there. We've rejigged and some of the rides and things. Just along there and here. And we've added a circus. And we've altered the maze slightly. Guests loving it. No problems there. What are we going to do? One thing I did notice though, and let's face it, the scenario called Gentle Cliffs should have been a bit of a giveaway. The guests all want rides with less than 4 intensity. That's fine. That's fine. Because one easy way of getting rides with low intensity, even something like a wooden coaster, is just to build a ride that deliberately fails one of the criteria for good stats. And then if you do that, it'll like half the stats. So instead of having like 6 intensity, it'll only have 3. So, I mean, it will half the excitement, but Don't worry about that. So we've got no cash, so I'm going to borrow some money, build a gentle wooden coaster, and hopefully the guests will love it. July year 1, and please allow me to introduce you to Clifford. Clifford, the big, friendly wooden coaster that's on a cliff. There you go. It's a 2-for-1 pun. Okay, excitement. See, look, it's 3.64. That's a family coaster in my eyes. Intensity 3. Look at that. Because the highest drop height is only 22 feet. So it kind of fails that stat. That probably needs more lateral G's as well, but who cares? Okay, so it goes up a little bit and down and then around, and it's got a little helix around that little bit of scenery, and then comes around here. Got a little water splash, which kind of doubles as a brake, and then it's got a little trick track underneath the exit, and it comes back to the station there. I think this looks awesome. If we could make the chain lift a lot higher to give her a better drop and a faster ride, this would be an awesome coaster. It's still not bad for a family coaster. So we've got a lot of space down here. One thing I'm a bit mindful of as we approach the goal, we only need 700 guests. As we approach that, is overcrowding, because we have got a very narrow path. So we've got splash boats. So what better ride to have to not just make cash, but also get a lot of guests off the paths, is a splash boat. So a nice splash boat's just down here, nothing complicated, and that's going to help us immensely. August, year 1, we need 700 guests in the park. We've got 718. We've got splash boats. We've just built that now. It's not going to be too high. Again, we want a family ride. None of the guests want anything with intensity higher than 4. Oh, Robin, you should probably go and drink something. Let's check that they're open. Balloon stall closed. Oh, make sure that's open. Are we not got a drink stall? We got iced tea and we got a drink stall. Close everything. What am I doing? There you go. So yeah, we've got a splash boat. Once we open that, we're going to get loads of guests off the palms. That's going to help us by reducing any overcrowding issues. So that should bump our rating. And then we've only got a month or two until the end of the scenario, and I'll spend that time just decorating the splash boats and making it look really pretty. We're calling it Neptiny, not Neptune, Neptiny. There you go. We've got Clifford, the big friendly wooden coaster, and Neptiny. Love it. October, year 1, we dropped the price of Clifford down to £5 because guests weren't paying the £10 we were charging earlier. We've decorated Neptiny, and we've even added a little path as well that goes underneath the supports. That way we've got a nice little sort of head chopper element as well along the, what do you call these, splash run? I don't know. And look, we've got a trident there as well. There you go. 3 prongs on a trident. Not 4, that's a fork. Not 5, because that's just crazy. Yeah, so I think this scenario, it's only been a year, but it looks really good. It's just a shame. If anything, this could have been a 2-year scenario, maybe bump the goal up a little bit higher, and it would have been a lot more fun. But as it was, enjoyed it. Got some fences down as well, just to make it look cool. Happy with the way it turned out. What's going on there? Broken down. Do we need more? Let's just dump some of these. What have we got? We got a few days. Let's just dump some more handymen down. Just so that when I do the outro, there isn't sick everywhere and litter everywhere. There you go. So what do we do then? We came in and we just rejigged some of the rides slightly and added some scenery and things like that. Basic for fences, really, but it looks really good. Then we noticed that the guests wanted rides with intensity less than 4. Why are they not buying? Why are they not eating and drinking? Wow. So yeah, we borrowed some money then from the loan. We built Clifford, the big friendly wooden coaster just there. We deliberately failed the highest drop height requirement. I think it needs 29 feet, but we only had 22. So that halves the stats. So instead of it being 6 intensity, it's only 3. So the guests loving that. Then we built a splash boats just down here to get loads of guests off the paths. So we won't have any problem with overcrowding. Decorated the middle as well. Looks awesome. And then we're here. It's Halloween. We're going to pass the goal. Guests are going to clap and release their balloons. And we're going to type in our name. Stu! Awesome sauce. And then we're going to get on with doing the rest of the scenarios in this pack. Cool. So this is from Blaze's first ever scenario pack. This is one of the beginner scenarios. I'm not sure which order I'm going to release things. I'm going to keep it generally, try and do all the beginner ones first and then go on to the next ones. But I think I won't release them maybe in order all the time. And one of the problems that we had with the VJ scenario pack was that, some of the scenarios weren't very good. And often you'd get 2 or 3 in a row, which weren't very good. And that often makes for a bad video. So I think what I'll do is, if I can see that the video might not be as good, maybe I'll move them around slightly. And so if you notice, if you're playing and you're like, oh, this isn't the one that's next, that's just the reason why. But this one, I think the park turned out really well. The rides look amazing. And they got cool names. Yeah, so I had some fun playing this one. So anyway, I've been Stu. This has been Gentle Cliffs. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.